What's up, guys? So, I want to have a little bit of a discussion while we're out here in the rain. First of all, I base a lot of the things that I do around scenarios. I do a lot of scenarios. And when I go out off camera, I don't care if I'm going out of state. I don't care if I'm staying in a hotel room. Wherever I go, I take my knife. I always have a knife on my neck. Right now, my knife is actually holding up the camera. One of the knives, my neck knife anyway. But anyway, so I always take my knife. Well, there's one other thing that I always carry with my knife. Now, I'm not telling you that this is what you have to do. I'm not telling you this is what's right. I'm telling you this is the only thing that makes common sense. Every knife that I have that is a preferred carry to me, depending on what I'm doing. Again, I always have a neck knife on my neck at all times with a flint napped arrowhead attached to it so I can get flint and steel fire if need be. Now, I keep a ferro rod in every blade that I carry. Some sort of fire. In my preferred carry, which is my Lone Wolf knife, custom knife, I have my ferro rod. This ferro rod is 5.5 inches long by 1/2 inch in circumference. Inside of my pocket on my Lone Wolf sheath, I can dig it out, I have a piece of horseshoe fungus. I've gotten fire with this several times just by scraping the fungus off and slinging a spark to it. It will catch ember and catch fire immediately. Awesome, awesome stuff. This piece of horseshoe fungus stays right here. I will not and do not use this piece of horseshoe fungus in my scenario videos. That is to save my rear end if I get out and I can't find something dry enough to get a fire going. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how long you've been around bushcrafting. It's very possible. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's very possible to be in a position, be in a place where you can't find some sort of dry tinder if you have your knife. Most of the time, if you're going to have that kind of a knife with you, it's going to be some sort of planned camping trip, scenario, fishing trip, hunting trip, or just to get out in the woods and test your skills trip. But if you carry a pocket knife, a folding knife, which my choice folding knife is the Leatherman. You can see it right here. Get in your face a little bit. Leatherman tool. I love the Leatherman tool. They've been around for a long time. They're awesome. Tried and true. But in my Leatherman pouch, I keep, it's just a cheap, from Dick's Sporting Goods, Coghlan's, if I'm saying it right, ferro rod. And you can see it's been used. This is the Leatherman Super Tool 300. I love it. Wouldn't go anywhere without it. It stays treated at all times with deer fat. This is a way for me to cut, process material, but also have a way to get fire, an easy way to get fire. And to me, there's no more common man, more simple, easier way to get fire than with a Ferrocerium rod. If it's raining like it is right now, unless you've honed your skills to the point where you own your skills, that it's not a problem to get a fire going. Guys, you don't want to have to rely on a bow drill fire to get a warrant fire going, to get a fire going to protect you. It's better to have a ferro rod. I prefer and you heard what I said, it's my opinion, I prefer a ferro rod over a lighter any day. And I'll tell you why. A lighter can fail you. This ferro rod is not going to fail you. I don't care, and I've never done this before, but I know it'll work. I don't care if I have to find a piece of quartz or something. If I have a ferro rod, first of all, I'm getting ahead of myself, I can pull out my saw blade and I can get a chunk. Look at that. A chunk of ferrocerium and magnesium. I can get fire with this. Look at it. No problem. Let's say my saw blade fails and I can't use any other 50 tools that are on this thing. Throw that to the side. You can see I carry a neck knife. My knife is redneck style, holding up my camera right now. Don't ask. I can take my flint knap arrowhead and I can get a fire with my flint knap arrowhead if I need to. Very, very easily. Just as effective as that. Leatherman 300 multi-tool, super tool. Just as effective. No problem. Right there. If I don't have my piece of flint and I have my ferro rod, let's say I lose it, everything but my ferro rod, I can find a piece of quartz. I can find a piece of stone, and I'm going to get that sucker going. I promise you. As long as I have a ferro rod, that is sure fire. I don't care who you are, what you think, what your ideology is on ferro rods or any other thing. They have been proven without a shadow of a doubt. That's where it's at. You say, well, what's the best ferro rod to go buy? They're all good. I don't care how cheap. I honestly, you may be disagreeing with me. I personally have used every cheap ferro rod known to man. And to this day, I might be a liar tomorrow, but I have not been let down by cheap ferro rods. Now, I've been let down by ferro rods that have been attached with some sort of epoxy to magnesium. Hands down. I've been let down tons of times with that, but that ferro rod didn't let me down. It might have broke off, and I might have had to use my little fingers and scrape to get that fire going. To get, might have been a little aggravating, but that fire's still there. Without a doubt, no problem. So guys, if you're going to carry a knife, it's not that hard to spend a few extra bucks and buy you a cheap ferro rod. This Coghlan's I've got here is like $6 at Dick's Sporting Goods. You can find cheap ferro rods all over the internet. If you don't want to get on the internet, go to Walmart. If that's what you want to do, go to Walmart. Go to Dick's Sporting Goods. Go to Academy. You're going to find cheap ferro rods. They're everywhere. Everywhere, especially in today's society. So, if you're going to have a cutting tool, whether it's an axe, a saw, whatever it is you prefer to carry, I don't care. Carry a ferro rod. It will get you out of a jam. Trust me. Guys, I've been at 9,000 feet above sea level in a snow blizzard before, and I have survived a blizzard. I have survived hypothermia. 9.5 years ago, I went on a ride across the state of Utah, and me and a really close friend of mine got stuck at 9,000 feet above sea level in a blizzard. It changed my life, but I'm still here to be living to tell you about it. Don't make a mistake. I didn't make a mistake. I had a ferro rod, and if it wouldn't have been for a ferro rod, I'm telling you right now, the lighters failed. When you have wind, high winds at 60 plus mile an hour, get in your face a little bit. Ferro rod is the only way. A match and a lighter will fail you. Hands down, in 50 to 60 mile an hour winds, especially at 9,000 feet above sea level, in a blizzard, guys, a match and a lighter will fail you. It blows the flame out. You can cup it, you can do whatever you want, but until you've been in a blizzard at 60 mile an hour winds at 9,000 feet above sea level with a whiteout, trying to get a fire going with stuff tinder that you had in your pockets, then you can come tell me about it. I'm not trying to be a know-it-all, but this I have learned. Guys, there's not a lot of guys out there that has survived, have actually been in a survival situation. You probably have more chance of getting attacked by a killer shark than you do than getting out in a wilderness situations and getting yourself in a survival scenario. A real life survival scenario where you're 20 miles out from anyone. And if you wreck in a plane, odds are you're going to get killed or maimed to the point of beyond death. But if you make it, then you'll have a story to tell. But what I'm telling you is, never take a chance. On that trip, it wasn't planned to be a survival trip. It was just a ride. We were going to ride horses across the state of Utah. That was a plan. It wasn't planned. We didn't have a plan. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of guys that teach survival today that have never been in a legit survival situation in their life. I'm telling you from experience, don't make a mistake. Lighters, matches will let you down. Carry a ferro rod. This is the Native Pathfinder. Appreciate you guys stopping and hanging out with me. Sorry it's getting dark quick, losing light. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Thank you for your support. Check out our YouTube channel. Check out our website. Check out the store on the website. See if you find something there. If you can't find something there to fit your common man budget, then hit us up and we'll tell you where you can find some products. They may not be as good as what we've got, but they will sustain you until you can get to a place to where you can afford a better product. Guys, hit us up on our Facebook, drop an idea, leave a comment, and check us out again on our website at www.thenativepathfinder.com. I'm Native. Thanks for hanging out with me.